Let's go, let's go, let's go. We are back to hunting Regigigas. We'll be knocking out some encounters today, and then probably about 100 encounters. And then we will be going to then we'll go to shiny hunting paradoxes at full odds. We'll see how that goes. I'm not expecting to get any shinies today, but there's always the possibility, which is always welcomed. Let me... Always welcome. Move some things. There we go. All right. So let's get these encounters underway. So yesterday we knocked out 3 shinies. We had Iron Moth. Iron Moth was a big one. That finished our Paradox Mons. So that actually finished our Paradox Mons, which was nice. And now we have to go into Scarlet, which was not shiny. Now we have to go into Scarlet, which I don't have any Herbas in that game. So that's kind of a bummer. So in doing so, we're not going to be having the shiny encounter level 3 or sparkling power. And we're not going to be having encounter power level 3 or title power level 3. What we're going to end up having is essentially just encounter power level 2, and that's it. So we're gonna have encounter power. We're gonna start off with encounter power level 2 of ground type. Encounter power level 2 on ground type, because we're going to be going for Great Tusk first. Now that will spawn other ground types. Hopefully I can find him alone. So it makes it a little bit easier. And I'm not having to use Herba right now. So that'll be ideal. Because if we can, that's going to be a massive plus. And if you are new here, I do stream on YouTube and Kick at the same time. We are multi-streaming. So pretty much for whatever is easier for you, you can watch on. The beginning of the streams are always messy, because I always forget to do something. There. That should be it. But how is everybody doing today? Do we think we're going to be getting a shiny today? Because we typically stream for 3 to 4 hours. Unless there's something new going on, we'll go longer. But it's 3 to 4 hours. Good, chill, hangout sesh. Get some behind the scenes stuff too. But we are nearing so we're at 12:05 for encounters for Regigigas. And then we will be nearing 1400, because 1400 is going to be Going to be the odds. It's technically supposed to be the odds of like 1460. So we're getting near. We're getting near it, which is always a major plus. Now I expect us to most likely double that, but either way, it's still gonna be good. Still gonna be solid. But yesterday we got Iron Moth, so that was our last future paradox. That was for Violet. And now we have to move on to Scarlet for all the past paradox mons for shinies. And we ended up getting Shieldon to go into Bastiodon. We'll go back and get another one later, so then we can have I can have the entire line. But now we can go on to Scarlet as well to get Caranodos, I believe it is, and Rampardos, because that is Scarlet's exclusive fossil that wanders around, which would be really good. So then we can have those fossils out. They're shiny, they're available, all that good stuff. Hopefully they keep bringing that mechanic back, because that's actually I really enjoy that mechanic. Since the fossils can be a little bit more tedious to get, unless you're, let's see, you can Masuda hunt it, or you could, that's about it. You can kind of Masuda hunt soft resets in BDSP. You could do, and then, yeah, that's about it. That's about it. The fossils are kind of hard to hunt. Kind of annoying to hunt. Not hard if you're Masudaing, but definitely annoying. Definitely annoying. Because I think Bastiodon and Rampardos are the only ones you could hunt outside of Masuda or soft resets with space-time distortions in Legends Arceus. I'm really hoping Legends ZA or Generation 10 bring more fossils and give us a way to hunt them a little bit easier. A little bit easier. Maybe along the lines of what the Blueberry Academy did. Maybe along those lines. Because that would be ideal. In my opinion. That is not shiny. And this is the tedious thing about these hunts is you just kind of have to, you just sit and wait because you have to just do resets the entire time. Make sure they're going. Because you're essentially just, well, resetting. But it's Friday. Anybody have any good plans going on this weekend? Or that they're doing? Since it's going to be the weekend. Since it is the weekend. No shiny. I expect us to get to 100 in about an hour. Or do 100 encounters in about an hour. Because that's about what it takes. It's about 1 a minute. So maybe a little over an hour. Sometimes if the game loads fast enough, you can actually get 2 off in that minute. Which makes it a lot easier. Or makes it a lot quicker. No shiny. I have to go back and finish. Now that I remember, I have to go back and finish my Legends Arceus, so I can actually start shiny hunting Arceus as well. There's a lot of these static encounters that I need to go back and do. So I'm hoping we can get Regigigas sooner than later. 1, because it'll be amazing. 2, then we can move on to a Heatran, a Shaman, Arceus himself as a mix-in. But we'll just have to see. We would just have to see. He is not shiny. Not shiny. We're moving pretty quick. I feel like we're getting those resets pretty quickly. Relatively quickly. Because we're at 12:20 already. Already done 20 encounters. I'm thinking about starting streams with a quick 100 on Reggie. So then we can keep chipping away at him, trying to get it done quicker. Or keep making progress and then go hunt something else to kind of round things off. Try and take care of some other shinies that I still want to get, like the Paradox forms, like Rampardos and them. Because once those main ones are done, we can go ahead and hunt some oddballs, some extra oddballs. So are all the volumes okay? Can everybody hear everything? I know there's always a little silence whenever we are going outside of the game. Or is anything too loud? Because I know whenever we enter the den, it gets really loud. $12.25. Moving. I think I'm really excited to get after these paradoxes because there's some of my favorite designs between Great Tusk and Slitherwing. Sandy Shocks is not a design I'm super happy about. But Great Tusk and Slitherwing kind of make up for it, along with Roaring Moon and Screamtail. Honestly, the design for me for Screamtail isn't super crazy, But it's grown on me due to when it first came available for VGC, I used it, and it's like a super supporter. So it has its use. It definitely has its use as a competitive Pokemon. A very competitive Pokemon. This loads slower and slower, I feel, every time. I feel like it loads slower and slower every time. Not a shiny. But a quarter of the way there for today. Quarter of the way there. He makes more of a noise than Zut Zut. Definitely makes more of a noise than just what it says. Sheesh. Still yellow. Let me look at something. $32. Give me 1 sec. Okay. 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 Still yellow. Still yellow. Do this. And this. There. The Alright, try and deal with things. Not shiny. Alright. There. Okay. Man. $38. Yeah, so we're averaging. Actually, I think we actually got ahead by like an encounter. So that's pretty good. Getting ahead is always a plus. Always a plus. It means you're going quick. Going quick. I think I'm gonna guess that whenever we do get it, it's gonna be in like 3600 range, not a 1400 range. Because typically, if it's gonna be in its odds range, it's gonna be coming up here soon. But I mean, if it doesn't, then it's definitely gonna be going way, way, way over. Way, way over. $44. Moving. Moving right along. Man, when he screams loud. Not ideal. Not ideal. Still a yellow. Still yellow. I feel like we slowed down a little bit on the resets, but still should be going good. Almost at 50. Still yellow. Hey, what's up, Brian? How you doing? Welcome back. We are hunting. Well, we got 50. I'm going to do 50 more encounters with Regigigas, and then we're going to be going full odds in Scarlet for Paradox. I want to get some more encounters going on Regigigas so I could get closer to the shiny. But how you doing? Did you get through the Elite Four yet? How'd the Elite Four go? Because I think if I remember right, you were looking for an Ice and Fairy Pokemon? Ice or Fairy? For Drayton? Because he's essentially an all dragon type user. Yeah, I mean, if you have a solid team of like hundreds or like hard hitters, he won't be that hard. Because they ramped up the competitiveness in the Blueberry Academy, but they didn't like send it over the top. Yeah, I mean, if you simply just run a Miraidon and if you run a Miraidon and an Iron Hands, I'm pretty sure you'll just blow right through it. Because if you use his ability, if you use the abilities, you're gonna be fine. You'll be perfectly fine. Because I think the only thing you have to, I don't even think he has Archaladon. He might. I don't. Actually, I think if I remember right, he does have Archaladon, and that's kind of it. That could actually be like a hindrance to you. I don't remember which items his Pokemon have. I don't remember if he runs a Focus Sash or not. I think he runs a Life Orb. Oops. Yeah, I mean, if you run a Miraidon, that's just fast. You can use Dragon types to essentially do super effective damage. Lapras is just an all-around amazing Ice type Pokemon with that water. And then Tinkaton hits like a truck. You run Tinkaton with like Play Rough. It's with 252 attack and what? Adamant. You'll be just fine. Because if you really needed to, you could Gigaton and then Play Rough. Because Gigaton's still going to do a lot of damage. Very solid Pokemon. I'm actually hoping some generation Lapras will get an evolution or a pre-evolution. It would most likely have to be like a pre-evo. But still, Lapras needs to get some love. Yeah, knockoff will work amazingly as well for the items. They're pretty I'd say they would be like pretty common sense of like what Pokemon runs what. If it's like a support Pokemon and you can like tell that it's a support Pokemon, it's gonna have like Focus Sash or something that a typical support would use. And if it's an attacker, it's gonna have most likely a Life Orb. But it's nothing too crazy. If I remember right, Drayton loves to set up. I could be wrong, but I think he sets up Rain for our Chaladon. Because what is it? Electro Shot or whatever his signature move is. It's still good. Does Tinkaton get knockoff? I don't remember. I feel like it does. Because if it does get knockoff, then that's just game over. You automatically win. Yeah, then yeah, you just win. I mean, a Lapras Tinkaton combination or a Miraidon Tinkaton combination would knock off being able to play rough and Gigaton Hammer, and then Electro or you could Ice Shard, you could Blizzard, you could Electro Drift. I believe you could Draco. Because I mean that just gets rid of everything. So it should be a pretty easy fight. Be a pretty easy fight. Which is good. I remember when Tinkaton, like I remember when the game just came out, Tinkaton was looked at to be this, first off, be a monster of a Pokemon due to its Steel Fairy typing to match with Zacian. And then it got Gigaton Hammer, and it was like, oh no, this Pokemon's going to be broken. And they balanced it by giving it a horrible attack stat, so nobody used it. And then people started using it as a support mon, And it became a menace as a support. Because even with a horrible attack stat, you could go into, because it was a physical, it's a physical attack was bad. You could still go in with like knockoff and stuff like that to help. If I remember right, there used to be a Tinkaton Mold Breaker paired to go against Goldangos. So it became a solid support mon that could still do damage. Almost like a Grimmsnarl used to be in Sword and Shield. Power Gem's a good coverage. Flash Cannon. Flash Cannon's interesting. It does have a, if I remember, it has a higher special attack than physical attack. So, yeah, Flash Cannon's good coverage. Knockoff is incredible. Thunder and Draco are pretty much, if he sets up Rain, you can use Thunder, which I think he does for the Electro Shot off our Chaladon. Oh yeah, that's a typical Lapras set. Blizzard, Hydro, Ice Beam, and Perish Song. That'll do it. Blizzard's gonna be tough because you don't have a snow setter. Because if you have snow up, Blizzard is 100%. But Ice Beam's still going to do damage. Hydro's going to do damage. And Parasong, obviously, if you get down to his last two, Parasong is just going to take him out. It'll easily take him out. That's honestly the same set that I run on all my mono ice teams. If you had room, I would recommend Abomasnow. Abomasnow would give you weather on switching, and then your Blizzard would be 100%. Be a 100% Blizzard in snow, and your defense. You would have a defensive boost in Scarlet and Violet. Beartick. Beartick doesn't get. Beartick's an amazing Slush Rush user. It gets Slush Rush as his ability. I don't know if it's his hidden. I don't know if it's his hidden ability or not, but I don't think he gets access to Snowscape. If he gets access to Snowscape, then you could use Beartick. He would just have to set it up. Another Pokemon that I know gets Snowscape that could be a good support mon is, I believe, Galarian Slowking. Galarian Slowking gets access to Snowscape and the screens, so you could actually use him as a full support with Light Screen, Reflect, Snowscape, and his, what is it? Heal. You can still give him Heal Pulse, but he has a signature move that's different. But Beartick could work if you run Snowscape, if he has access to Snowscape. Because then you would have a Snowscape one. Yeah, Galarian Slowbro could evolve. And then get it. You'd have to TM it on. But if Beartick gets Snowscape and you wanted to go that route, then you would have a snow setting Slush Rush user who can deal lots of damage. But Beartick, in my opinion, likes to run Life Orb or a Assault Vest. So it kind of messes with it. But you shouldn't need too much setup, honestly. The only reason I said Obama Snow is because he can... he sets it on switching. So you don't actually have to take a move to... you don't have to take a turn to set it up. You just click Blizzard and then swap your other Pokemon. And he's the slowest weather setter outside of Torkoal. So if you're going against Drayton, you won't even have to worry about it because he underspeeds Pelipper. So it makes it really, really easy. Is that trial the flying one? I don't remember. I think it's the flying one, and that one was rough. I want to say that's the flying one. Oh. With a, so you got to battle 3 with only Pokemon you caught in a terrarium. Well, if it's Dragon, you can catch. That shouldn't be too hard, actually. Just go over to the ice biome. Go to the ice biome. You can get... I want to say you can get a Cubchoo. You can get a Kingdra. Because you can get a Horsey. You can straight up catch a Kingdra. So, not too terrible. A little annoying, but not too terrible. You could go get a Totodile, get it into Feraligatr, and just have Ice Punch. Life Orb Ice Punch Feraligatr. Because that's in the terrarium. And it can do massive damage. Massive damage. I think when I got to that stage, I had already swapped out a lot of my Pokemon for ones that were in the terrarium. I want to say. What to say? Yeah, just run Lapras. Lapras will just destroy. You just got to make sure you can actually take out everybody. That's like the only problem. This is the only problem. Oh yeah, that'll work for a non-dragon easily. Easily. You should be able to take him out pretty easy though. If you can get a Lapras to fire off some blizzards, you get that luck of the dice. Because I mean, you could freeze, so. If you get a freeze off, that's massive. I mean, once you take him down, you only got one more person to take down, and you'd be in the end game. Yeah, just Kieran. Which that fight, honestly, I didn't. I think the Drayton fight was harder than the Kieran fight. Oh yeah, so if Beartick does get Snowscape, just put Snowscape on Beartick, and then if you have one with the Slush Rush ability, you just go first every time. So you have a Pokemon that can just do uh, Life Orb or something. Run Snowscape. You could run what is it? Icy Rock. Run Icy Rock. That'll extend your snow. Lapras is firing off Blizzards, and Beartick's going first. So it's an automatic. It's just an automatic KO machine because if Blizzard doesn't take him out, or Beartick doesn't take him out, Blizzard's going to end up cleaning up afterwards. So you wouldn't even have to worry about a Focus Sash or knockoff or anything like that. Yeah, I don't remember if Slush Rush is its hidden ability. I don't think it is. I think it's his extra ability. Snowcloak's not bad. It makes it easier to dodge, or if I remember right, it makes them easier to not get hit in the snow, which I like to run on Glaceon. Also Snowcloak. Snowcloak's still like it's not bad. The ideal ability for Beartick is a Slush Rush, but Snowcloak still isn't bad because Snowcloak lets you have a higher evasiveness, so you can actually like not get hit. So in that case, I would take the Snowcloak in, give him what is it? Soft Dust, Stardust or something. It boosts your evasiveness. It's like Soft Sand, I think, maybe. I could be wrong. Something else. But it boosts your evasiveness, and then your Snow Cloak would boost it as well. So you almost never get hit. Because I think with that combination, it takes 100% accurate moves and drops it to like a 70. So it's not terrible. You can work around it. You can definitely work around it. I use Snowcloak on a Glaceon for VGC and it worked. I mean, you could run. Oh, you could run a Beartic with the setup to like be able to set up your snow, and then if you wanted, you could run the other one as a straight attacker. With you could run it with like a assault vest, because then it's just a full out attacker and bulky, plus the chance to have the evasiveness, be able to not get hit. So it wouldn't be terrible. I would say most likely the Beartic Snowscape with Lapras combination would be better though. Would definitely be better. Kind of bugs me. I can't remember that item I gave Glaceon. I want to say it was like silk powder or soft sand, something along those lines. Two more after this, and then we're off to full odds. To see what we can get. To see what we can get. $1,300. Shine on 1,300? No. Okay. Time for full odds in Scarlet. Should we start with Great Tusk or Slitherwing first? Great Tusk will be a ground sandwich. We're going to be doing Encounter, power level 2. And Slitherwing would be fighting. Should be fighting. Which I have to remember what the fighting level 2 sandwich is. And we can check out what our outbreaks are. Just because I like to check. Nothing crazy. I haven't completed the Pokédex in this game at all. Any of them? Slitherwing. I'm down for Slitherwing. Those are my two favorite paradoxes. So yeah, nothing crazy. Let's go ahead and jump over there. Wrong button. Slitherwing is amazing. Great design. Okay. I've completed one Pokédex. But that was it. Where are autosaves are off? Cool. Save right here. Picnic. Do I have the recipe for a encounter power fighting? Encounter power fire. Because I don't... That's level 1. Fighting level 1. That one's 2. Favorite that one. So we can come back to it later. Fighting level 1. Dragon. Dark. Poison, poison. Aren't they normally like by each other? Fighting level 1. That's a ground 2. That's another one. Battling is pretty fun too. Ghost. Ghost. Counter power level fighting 1. Is this one of the... Ah, here it is. Is there another one around it? No, okay. So encounter power fighting level 2. Oh, come on. I hit the wrong button. That's the ground. This one. I haven't made a big sandwich like this in forever. I think before we even knew, or as we were trying to figure out the sparkling. Do not fall off. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's perfect. Perfect. I should get extra credit for the quality of that sandwich. I don't think I could do that again, though. Don't think I can do that again. Okay. Actually, I should be able to just... I want area 1. I don't need to teleport. I don't need those loading screens. There's a lot more fighting than I thought. Oh, there we go. And this guy's so big that you can actually... just run by him. Should be able to just run right by him. And see the difference. For an encounter power level 2 fighting, why is there a giraffe? They kind of make sense, but... what was that glitch? Okay. I didn't see you. I didn't see you. I didn't see you. Slitherwing's just so amazing. Do I have... Oh, I didn't even check if I have... I got 20, okay. It's like, I didn't even see if I had Pokeball, or Luxury Balls for this. Yeah, it's really annoying. Whenever you run into stuff you don't want to. That's not even a fighting type. Why is Screamtail here? You would think a level 2 sandwich would help you? But it does not, apparently. I guess as much, huh? It's okay, though. Is there... How far down does he spawn? Because there could be a better spot. Could be a better spot just to isolate him. Having Hawlucha spawn on the rocky areas is interesting. I wouldn't think he'd spawn there. Okay, looks like he stopped spawning. So he's more to the top. Definitely more to the top. There's a cave there. Hey, this is a big area. This area might be worth just sit here. Maybe not, because they get too far away. Get too far away. I'll probably eventually start slowly working on getting the shiny charm, but it's not at the top of my to-do list or things I really care about doing. Especially since I already did it all on Violet. Flygon running Earthquake is quite annoying. It's a combination you don't really prep for. I feel like I should be able to just sit here and knock everything out. Oh, leave me alone. Please. Excuse me. Can you attack the Slitherwing, please? Thank you. You just wouldn't attack him. It's not okay. Go have a heyday. Yeah, Earthquake on Flygon could give your Tinkaton some problems. But based on... So these games have been out for a while now. Are we liking Koraidon or Miraidon better? Design-wise. Play rough on Dragonite does good damage to it, yeah. Very solid coverage for it. Very solid coverage for it. I mean, Dragonite's a very strong Pokemon anyway. But I think that Dragonite, because if you're fighting Drayton, I think that Dragonite has Life Orb. So it's going to do massive damage anyway. Say Miraidon. See, I started off on Violet, and so I always had Miraidon. I'd say Miraidon, to me, is better. It's a better design. Definitely a way better design. For how it actually works in the game. Because Koraidon just kind of runs around. Miraidon actually turns into a bike. Oh, no. Leave me alone. No. Okay, I'm just running. This level 2 fighting sandwich does not seem to do much. I mean, I guess I get a lot of these guys. This location has a lot of fighting types in it. And a Scream... Like, why does Screamtail show up? I'm not sure why Screamtail on a level 2 sandwich shows up. That just doesn't make sense. Does not make sense to me. Or Giraffe Rig. It's not what I meant to do. Not what I meant to do at all. That is a big Slitherwing. That's not a fighting type. Like, why is Raichu here? Oh, you know what? I might have wanted to go a bug sandwich now that I thought about it. We'll try a bug sandwich next. Just destroyed Drayton. There you go. How hard was it? Easier than you thought it was going to be? Yeah, the steel type can be a little difficult. Mine was fire. It's mainly because I used a full ice team. And yeah, way easier. I mean, you had a solid team anyway. Like, even if they upped it, or if you were the same level as, like, you weren't over leveled, I feel like you would have been just fine. Your team is kind of stacked. I mean, I wouldn't teach him Hyper Beam personally. I mean, Draco and Electro Drift are his top two moves. Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, most of the time on Miraidon, you just kind of click Electro Drift and that's it. That's all you need. You don't even need to hit Draco. Four times on the steal. Yeah, I'd say it. I'd say it took you a little trouble. But like Drayton was, I feel overhyped. He was like really easy, in my opinion, considered to what they like hyped him up for. But again, I also have to say like he was Dragon, and I used an all ice team for the Blueberry Academy. So using an all ice team against Dragon is incredibly easy. Yeah, I wonder if a bug sandwich will be better. Nah, because then we'll see Frostmoth. See a lot more Frostmoth. There. I said they gotta be spawning behind me. Skeleturge, Annihilate, and River Room. Yeah, that's a very strong team. Annihilate's a... Okay, you were moving really fast. Annihilate is a monster of a Pokemon. Skeleturge is solid as well in River Room. Yo, what up, JDX? You got Kyogre? Yeah, you got Kyogre yesterday. You started any new hunts? Annihilate is absolutely broken. Especially if you get Rage Fist going. Once Rage Fist is going, there's no stopping it. I used for VGC I used an Annihilate that had an Ice Tera on a full ice team. When I got that thing Terra'd and Ice Snow up with Rage Fist, it was over. No hunts yet. What do you think your next hunt's gonna be? Oop. Or what do you want your next hunt to be? I didn't even see you. I couldn't even see. How are you supposed to see that? I'm glad I'm not hunting one of those shiny. That would be absolutely brutal. You don't know. You go for shiny Rayquaza yet? Or Groudon? Groudon or Rayquaza? Yeah, Annihilate's pretty broken. I think he's still in the same category as King Gambit for being broken. Take a break between old hods on. Yeah, I mean that's reasonable. They take forever. And they can definitely be a drain. Definitely be a drain. That Flabébé is gonna cause me problems. So I'm gonna run into it again. I can almost guarantee I'm gonna run into it again. Yeah. Yeah, so Kieran actually hates in the story, he doesn't like you because you caught Ogrepon. Or Ogrepon chose you instead of him. I mean, some people care about the story. Black and White 2 were good. I'd say Sword and Shield was not amazing. I'd say Scarlet and Violet was interesting. But the whole Kieran situation, it seemed to get confused. It got confused a lot. But yeah, they have to kind of like draw you in. Yeah, the Scarlet and Violet one I feel is good because it has multiple branch offs. It's no longer just like, hey, go beat all the gyms. It's like, here's the side story, and then there's this side story. So it like kind of gives you more. My favorite one was getting the herbs, so taking on the Titans. Taking on the Titans, and then like I got connected to my ball stiff as he's like healing or getting better. That story dragged me in. But yeah, people care about the stories. Some of them are better than others, but some are way better than others. Let me put it that way. I'm hoping they just keep getting better. They start improving on them. Honestly, from here on out, I hope they do the um multi story approach. where you had, like in this one, in Scarlet and Violet, you had take on the gyms, beat the gyms, because you want to be the gym champion, or essentially the champion. And then you have discovering the herbs, as well as, which was a completely different, separate storyline, because you were helping heal your friend's Pokemon and unraveling the herbs. And then you had the Team Star bases. So it was like, I liked the multiple story path. It no longer was, you go do the gyms, the enemy team comes to catch you. It's like a completely different storyline. Which I was a fan of. I think I ran out of my fighting sandwich. I would say I ran out of my fighting sandwich. Let's try a bug one and see which one is going to be better off. We'll see which one is better off. Or actually, we did one for Slitherwing. Let's go ahead and make one for Great Tusk to see if that one. We'll just kind of go back and forth. Do I have to go all? Oh, I didn't favor him, did I? Because I saved. Oh. We won't do that this time. Favorite. Because that one's bug. Let's find this fighting. It's right there. And then the ground is right there. There. Now we can go for Great Tusk. We'll kind of go back and forth between Great Tusk and Slitherwing. Since we're not really... I mean, it's full odds, so either way, it's going to be a hunt. You just got to get lucky. And then for this one, we should be able to go to Area 4 and have it spawn. We'll still get, like, Garganackle and them spawn, I feel. But it should give us some Great Tusks. That's where I'm estimating him to be. Yep. And Diglett. Okay. So yeah, we got Great Tusks. We get Garchomps and Diglets. Oh, you are slightly in the way. But he's massive, just like every other Paradox Pokemon. Oh, there's a Roaring Moon. I didn't know Roaring Moon spawned down here. I thought Roaring Moon was only in its cave. That's actually quite interesting. There's an... Oh, well, I guess we're getting lower, so... More Paradox Pokemon would spawn. There's the Garganacl. I thought Roaring Moon was only in its cave. That's where I've always found it. That's how I plan on shiny hunting it. I've never seen an Iron Valiant outside of that cave. So I'm really confused as to how that Roaring Moon was just there. Because it should have only been in its cave. It's not here now. That's interesting. Maybe we can get another one to spawn. But I don't know. I think that was like a glitch or something. That's a Diglett walking off the cliff. Or Doug Trio. Didn't there used to be a crystal thing we could do? I want to say there was like a crystal we could use. Is this it? This might be it. Because then you stand here. And it just knocks out everything that spawns. It's a very boring way to do it, but it's very efficient. As long as it can keep getting Great Tusk to spawn. This is where if you had the encounter level 3, it'd be a lot easier. Because then only that specific Pokemon would spawn. I think we'd still get Diglett or Dugtrio to spawn, but besides that, it's easy. Because what is it? Great Tusk is ground fighting. So we could we could try a fighting sandwich and see what that'll give us. Because this should work for Screamtail, Great Tusks, Iron Treads, Iron Hands, maybe Brute Bonnet. Yeah, so there's a Brute Bonnet. So that means it would probably work for Iron Bundle as well. It's a very boring yet easy way to hunt. It's kind of like that Applin in the tree. Why'd you quit fighting? That's a lot of Dugtrios. Why'd you quit? Nope. All right, well, there's none there. I don't want to just sit there. Don't want to just sit there while I do this. Means I go this way. But for this shiny, we're looking for the purple on his back to change to a greenish yellow. It's a very obvious change for him. Just beat Kieran. Let's go. What'd you think of him compared to Steel or Drayton? Because I thought Kieran was easier than Drayton. Pretty easy, yeah. He wasn't that hard. Still easier than steel. Yeah. Yeah. Steel can be tough if you don't have good counters, because they're typically very bulky, strong Pokemon. What'd you think of Hydrapple? Does he use Hydrapple? I think so. Okay, there's not a sparkly thing on the floor there. I thought there was. Yeah, I think he uses Hydrapple. And that's like your first time seeing it. I want to say. Unless you went and evolved. Wiped him out with one Electro Drift. Electro Drift coming off Miraidon on terrain is insanely powerful. Does your Miraidon have does it have like a life orb or something? To like power it up even more? Okay, I'm starting to think Sandwich is gone. Never mind. Well, I mean, there's a Garganackle. Probably going to head up top, make a fighting Sandwich, and see how that does. Because that'll be Slitherwing and this guy, Great Tusk. So we can test the fighting Sandwich on Great Tusk, and then we can test the bug Sandwich on Slitherwing. But I feel like Slitherwing's going to be overshadowed by Frostmoth, Vivillon, like all the bug type Pokemon. Is this a better spot? It's only Doug Trio and Great Tusk. This might be a better spot. Do you charge? You do. You do charge. Hey, there's a roaring moon again. Does it just like run out of spawns and throws a roaring moon? To fly the different way, you have to go. I think you have to go back to that challenge or that trial and beat it. Like you have to beat the 3 levels, I think. No, get away. If I remember right, that's how it's done. Oh, there's a brute bonnet. So brute bonnet can spawn. Yeah, I think you have to go back to that challenge, do it, and then it unlocks it or something. Something like that. Why? There's too many Doug Trios. Please. Yeah, it once you get a hang of the flying, it gets pretty easy. The beating the times on like the highest level was hard. It was hard the first time, and that's actually a really good way to farm your BP. Like a really good way to farm your BP. Oh, I'm not. I can't. I can't go over there. I haven't flown yet. Okay. That should be it for that sandwich. Let's go up and make a fighting sandwich and see what it does. See if I can get more spawns with the fighting sandwich. Um, so you need enough BP to unlock the legendaries. You have to do a bunch of challenges. It gives you the ability to use stuff in your classroom, clothes, like specific clothes. That's the bug. That's the fighting. Clothes, legendaries, and the what is it? It's not the synchronized machine, but it's that like lotto thing in your room. So like it has its uses, but not really. There we go. How much is considered a lot? Oh, and then to upgrade stuff in the terrarium. I'd say like 30,000. I have a video on how to unlock all the starters, and that needs a lot of BP, like a lot of BP, to get access to all the starters unlocks in the terrarium. I have a guide on how to farm BP and some things and some videos on like what it's used for. The biggest spin that I recommend using it on is solely unlocking starters. That's it. 1.1k. That might give you an upgrade, because if I remember right, there's 3 levels to each area, and you have to unlock all 3 levels of an area to then unlock the starter for just that area. Okay, so fighting sandwich now. What do we got? Same things. Same things it looks. Yeah, you just farm quests. And some of the legendaries, you have to do so many quests. Some of the legendaries you can't even unlock unless you do quests in multiplayer. So Union Circle, being in a group, and doing the big quest you're in the wall. Doing the big quest in the terrarium. So they kind of locked some stuff behind multiplayer only. So does this do anything? I mean, fighting seems to be doing better than ground. I don't have as many Doug Trios, which is good. So, looks like fighting sandwich is going to be the one for Great Tusk. But yeah, it's the end game really for the Blueberry Academy, or honestly, Scarlet and Violet altogether, is Shiny Hunt. You can redo all the gyms if you haven't already, and then just BP farm in Blueberry Academy. That is a lot of Great Tusks. So that's kind of the end game. If you like battles, there's a battle thing in your room that you can do. You like re-challenge trainers and gym leaders. Of Slitherwing? No. We didn't get the shiny Slitherwing or shiny Regigigas. We ran out of the sandwich, so then I just kind of... I'm going to go back and forth. Whoa, okay. There's a lot now. So we used the fighting sandwich on Slitherwing. Did a ground sandwich on Great Tusk. Now I'm doing a fighting sandwich to see if it's better for Great Tusk. And then I'll go do a bug sandwich for Slitherwing. And just kind of go back and forth. See which sandwich is going to be the best option. To give us our best odds. Or our best chance. So you didn't miss it. Just testing different sandwiches. I don't remember what Slither or Screamtail's shiny is. I think its eyes change. I think that's the difference. These guys take up a lot of room, though. And I'm guessing a grass sandwich is going to be good for Brute Bonnet down here instead of Dark. Are you purple? Yeah. You're purple. Okay. There's another one in the you're purple. I don't know if that little hallway is a good idea. Yes, I have done the part of the story where I go back to the house. Maybe not on this. Maybe not on this game. But then again, like this game I haven't even done. I don't even think I did Indigo Disc. Or no. What was it? The island. For Ogerpon. So I haven't even done that on this save. Which I probably should. Especially since I can get some free herbas. Nope. Don't challenge me. Thank you. Did you just now go back to the house? No, it's fine. I can go through. I could also just transfer over everything from my Violet. Because, I mean, if I'm going to go through it, I'm going to have to, like, catch so much stuff just to get... You're purple. I'm going to have to catch so much stuff just to fill the decks. To even get the decks complete. Finding Terapagos. You should watch off for the sides. There's like a hidden cave that has a bunch of loot in it. Did my sandwich wear off? Or did I just get unlucky with spawns there? Terapagos is still like an amazing... It's an interesting Pokemon in my opinion. Because like its whole thing is Tera. But if it comes to other generations, I don't know how they're going to implement Tera. What is it? What should you do for the story? Or need to do? Oh, the runes? The Legends of Rune? Yeah, those fights can be pretty annoying. Finding the runes can be annoying as well. I have videos on the channel that go over where all the stakes are, but then also I believe if you go do all the history classes, it just tells you where they are. So then you don't have to look for them. That is also another great side thing to this game. So you have done it? That's good. But, oh, nope, 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 nope. Run away. I like how they implemented those those legendaries. It gives you like a nice side quest. Oh yeah, you're here too. I completely forgot about you. Flutterman. I forgot Flutterman was here. Favorite rune Pokemon. Ooh. I can't think of all their names right now. Chien-Pao's the ice one, right? The ice dark. That's probably got to be my favorite because I'm a huge fan of ice types, so kind of have a little draw to them. Chi-Yu was a good runner-up as well, though. I'm a little. My biggest thing is they're shiny locked. Chi-Yu has like an amazing shiny. Because if we go off shinies, then Chi-Yu is top tier. He becomes my new favorite. By far. Yeah, it's blue. It goes from a red to a nice blue. Like, it honestly becomes one of the best shinies in Pokemon. But it's shiny locked. Blue Fire. Yeah. I'm a fan of Emboar. But I think that one's kind of a gimme because I'm a huge fan of Tepig. But yeah, Chi-Yu is a beautiful shiny. No. I fell into it. Chi-Yu is a beautiful, beautiful shiny. I honestly wish they didn't shiny lock stuff because of that. So Goldango is locked. Goldango is locked, but they have they've done two Tera Raid events where you could get a shiny Gimmighoul. It was like a one. I want to say that raid set was like a 1 in 100 or 1 in 300 chance for it to be shiny. So you could get him shiny legally now. But hunting him in the overworld, you can't. He's essentially an event exclusive shiny. As of right now. Which his shiny is not very good. I have one, and those shinies are not good. It's nice to have the shiny, but the shiny itself is not noticeable at all. Which is a bummer. If it was black, it'd go way better. Anything other than what it is now would be an upgrade. I mean, it could have went all chrome, like a chrome with gold lines, and just flipped it, and it would have been better. Like a shiny Umbreon. Yeah, that'd be nice. I don't know what they would do with the blue though. Like or black and blue. Because I feel like with Goldango they'd still keep it money. They could have gone a bronze. Like maybe like a bronze. Like a penny, like pennies or something. I don't know. I feel like it was definitely a letdown. Definitely a letdown. Especially for the hassle it takes to actually get that Pokemon in general. Favorite Pokemon is between Regigigas and Bastiodon. And then Shiny Shiny's tough. Because if you want to go favorite shiny, it could be of anything. It would be Mega Gengar. Because he goes all white. But normal Gengar is horrible. So favorite shiny would probably have to be Mega Gengar. There's another Roaring Moon. It has to be like a rare spawn here or something. Yeah, Mega Gengar is an amazing shiny because its normal form shiny is horrible. You can't even tell it's shiny. But whenever it's Mega becomes all white, which is honestly top tier. I think my biggest regret from the Pokemon Company so far with that is I want them to change. Not only do I want them to change the shiny to all white, but when they had Dynamax, I feel like they could have done something amazing with the Gigantamax Gengar, making him if he's shiny, make him white. Because you redid the shiny for the Mega form, why not redo it for normal? Because I mean, you could also fix Garchomp that way as well. Just give it its Mega forms shiny, and it'll automatically be way better. Way better. Just automatically. Is this sandwich almost out, or am I just getting like a lot of spawns? What is one Pokemon you would fix the shiny for, or want to fix? Because that one gets around a lot. And you can't say Gengar. I guess fix or change. You're in the wall. Surledge's shiny is... Surledge and Armarouge are horrible. Like, I don't know what they were thinking with those shinies. That shiny line needs a lot of help. I could understand it if you wanted to just go Charcadet, a slight change. But Armarouge and Surledge, you can't even tell with the eyes. You just can't tell that they're shiny. Like it's horrible. They could have at least gave him the other version's colors. Like Surledge becomes yellow and orange, or yellow and red, and Armarouge becomes purple and blue. Like you could have done that and it would have been way better. Yeah, vice versa. Amazing. Because their designs are already top tier. Top tier designs. A long sandwich. Which I don't mind. Nope. Nope. Slowbro is, yeah, Slowbro is pretty bad. Galarian Slowbro, I don't mind. I'd say Slowpoke though is horrible. Galarian Slowbro, I'm a fan of. Normal Slowbro, terrible. Slowpoke, terrible. Slow King is okay. Galarian Slow King, way better. That's definitely a line that needs fixed as well. Like, it needs a lot of help. One Pokemon that I really want to get changed. What up, Flygon? Gengar's buns. Yeah, Gengar's pretty bad. What up, Flygon? How are you? I don't want to keep this loop going. But one shiny I really hope they change soon is shiny Regice. Being a big fan of ice type Pokemon and the Regis, shiny Regice needs some love. Because it is absolutely awful. I'm good. I'm doing good. Just kind of doing some full odds hunting. Looks like that sandwich ended. Oops, that's not what I want to do. I can guess Flygon's favorite Pokemon is Flygon. A red shiny Regice? That would be top tier. That would change everything. Okay, let's try this bug sandwich. A red shiny Regice would be amazing. This is the bug. Hey, Flygon, is you think in Legends ZA Flygon's gonna get a Mega? We're finally gonna get that Mega Bug Dragon. I don't think I put these items on correctly. Okay. You never know. Hey, they could finally give Flygon a Mega. Do I see it happening? No. I don't think he's going to be the first bug dragon Pokemon. Even knowing it should be. I mean, Slitherwing didn't even get it. So they could be saving it for a Mega Flygon. Okay, so you're out. Mega Archeops. Look, if we get a Mega Fossil, I'm going to lose it. Some of the Megas were, I think, leaked. But all that stuff has, like, kind of gone down for now. But a Mega Archeops, look, if a Fossil gets a Mega, I'm going to lose it. Mega Archeops, though, would be... That'd be scary. Yeah, I don't think Bug is going to be a good one for Slitherwing. It would. They would have to... For it to... It's one, I think they could do a great design. Yeah, with Mold Breaker. You get rid of its ability. If you get rid of its ability, it'll be just fine. It'll destroy. I think it might honestly be broken. A Mold Breaker Mega Archeops would be absolutely broken. Because its ability is what holds it back. Dragon set. Oh, Dragon Dance sets would go nuts. See, I played with it a little bit in VGC, trying it out. With the Galarian Wheezing, neutralizing gas. So you just swap out Regigigas with Archeops, and it's good, but you have to get rid of its ability. That is the biggest pain. Which is terrible. Yeah, you go a Dragon Dance set with Mold Breaker Archeops, Mega Archeops, it's broken. There's no way. There's no way they're going to make that. Mega Lycanroc could go too. Yeah, you're more of a singles, right? I typically do doubles, but a Mega Lycanroc could go good too. I feel like if they went with the Mega, they would kind of combine all the forms. Or each form would just go to the same Mega. So I'm not sure how they would do that one. So, Flygon, if you played a lot of singles, doubles had a problem back in Sword and Shield, and some in Scarlet and Violet, where we would run into like a Regigigas Wheezing combo. Do you guys have anything that sits out, like is always broken? Or is it still like a rapid spin? Dusk. Mega Dusk Lycanroc. I could see them go with the Dusk form. Okay, this Bug Sandwich is not very good. A Mega Dusk Lycanroc could be good, combining all the forms. There's Locate. For singles, is singles have anything that stands out? Like doubles was always Regigigas Wheezing because of neutralizing gas. Is singles still a rapid spin meta? Set up rocks. Because I feel like you can't really do much. A Cerberus with the 3 forms for Lycanroc. That would be... That would be insane. I feel like they would have to. I feel like they would release a Cerberus type Pokemon first before they did a mega of all three, though. Okay, so you just run Sticky Web, Rocks, Rapid Spin. You can't really get much deviation from that. It's kind of like you have to run it. That's kind of a bummer. That was something that like made it hard for me to get into singles because I always like using stuff that typically isn't normal, and the doubles format lets you kind of get away with that. Where singles to me always was you have to do these things or you just automatically lose. Yeah, where you like have to have rapid spin. But you have different bands, don't you? You have different bands than doubles. So like we would typically run a Hippowdon, and you guys have I think Hippowdon was banned in singles the last time I tried to play it. So VGC will go through some times where certain formats will ban Pokemon that you can't use. Um, just because they're so broken. Like one time we couldn't. Yeah, okay. So it's format based as well. Because like a menace that we always run into in doubles is Incineroar. Because Incineroar kind of does everything. And they banned him for one format because he was so overused. I think it was the same format that they banned in Sword and Shield. It was like Incineroar, both Urshifus, Rillaboom. OU, OU is more fun. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. There's a lot of low kicks there. I can definitely see that. I'm excited to see what the next games have to offer. I don't think I'm gonna jump right back into VGC uh, in Scarlet and Violet, just because I've been out of it for so long. Yeah, I mean, my whole thing with team building is I always like to build whatever I want. I don't. There are certain things you kind of have to have in doubles. Fake outs typically pretty good. Uh, Knockoff sometimes, but that's about it. Yeah, I took a big break because I had a lot of stuff going on that I had to get handled, and VGC kind of just slipped away. I really want to get back to it, but I'm not sure of the format right now. I don't have anything really built since like series 2, maybe series 3. So I've been trying to catch up onto like what's going on right now. to see what Pokemon are showing up in the meta. Because towards the end of the game's life cycle, I think everybody kind of figures out the Pokemon. Like towards the end of Sword and Shield, Grimmsnarl was massive. Massive as either a support or an attacker. And I feel like that's kind of the same thing that's happening right now with Tinkaton. Because last thing I knew, it's now being a support and not an attacker. Plus, I used to play heavy Trick Room. So I know Farigiraf is massive. I still like Hatterene as a setter. You're not shiny. So Tinkaton is heavy support in singles. See, I think doubles, it's finally becoming a support. Like a heavy support mon. That's been overlooked. But yeah, Defiant and Contrary are massive. I didn't think about using sticky webs to trigger your Defiant. That sounds interesting. I wonder if a sticky web setup like that would run in doubles. Yeah, so Rocks, Fake Out, Thunder T-Wave, and Knockoff. So the Fake Out T-Wave would transfer to doubles. Knockoff would too. We would swap out Rocks. Rocks would probably turn into... In doubles, it would probably turn into Gigaton. It would either turn into Gigaton or Play Rough. So it'd be a better typing Grimmsnarl. Almost. So no speed change to court. I mean, yeah. We don't use boots. Doubles doesn't use boots. I guess you could. But then if you're running... See, that would be interesting. Because if you run a Rabombi, run... Over knockoff? I could see that. The knockoff's really valuable if... Like doubles in Incineroar always runs knockoff. Typically always runs knockoff, U-turn, and Fake Out. Because it'll knock off the Focus Sash. And then it'll Fake Out. Then it will knock off if it doesn't hit. Because it typically won't hit the Sash user. And then you'll U-turn out on the Sash user. But a Play Rough or Gigaton could be solid on a Tinkaton. But I'm wondering if you can speed loss yourself like you do. Yeah, Incineroar is massive. It's like almost 100% usage in doubles. But I'm wondering if you can sticky web yourself, get the speed loss. Why? My sandwich must be out or something. Sticky web yourself, get the speed loss, be in Trick Room, and still trigger your Defiant. Because then King Gambit would be slower. And you would hit like a truck. Because that could be an interesting play. Well, Bisharp would have to turn into King Gambit, unless you already are using a King Gambit. And then a Trick Room setter, one that I was messing around with before I quit, was Farigiraf, because you can set Trick Room and stop priority. Oh, okay. Then yeah, you would probably just swap on Farigiraf to stop priority, because you won't be able to do fake out. You won't be able to do like grassy terrain and like stuff like that, or grassy glide. Anything that has a priority, if I remember right, Farigiraf's ability stops. Yeah, I think my sandwich is out. But I'm not sure how he would hold up in singles. Oh yeah, this sandwich is out. Superior and Malamar. Yeah, you would have to rebuild. That's one thing, like I know Trick Room, and if I try and build any team outside of Trick Room, it's hard for me because I've just gotten so used to Trick Room. So it would, for me, it'd be a learning curve. Yeah, that typically becomes a problem. No matter, I feel like that's a problem no matter what. Is making sure you have good coverage and diversity. Yeah, that Slitherwing is not shiny. So it looks like the fighting sandwich is better for Slitherwing and Great Tusk, which is a big plus. Yeah, that could be a problem. Corviknights? Corviknights heavily used in singles? I would say, well, we ran Iron Hands meta for raids for ever. He's still a very strong Pokemon. So I would say Iron Hands, but it all depends on your matchups. Because Miraidon can do stuff as well. Yeah. Like I said, it would definitely depend on what you're going against. And if you want to know spreads or anything, I have both. I believe I have both of those built on the channel. Going over kind of how they work. Yeah, Iron Hands is a very, very heavy physical Pokemon. Yeah, see, we never ran into that. See, we never had a Corviknight, even in Sword and Shield. I don't think I've ever faced a Corviknight in VGC. And I think if I did, I smacked it with Rockfall or something. It just wasn't used. Even with the body press set, like there's so many other Pokemon you can use body press on. That's just better. It's interesting. I'm surprised by that. Very surprised by that. Alola Mola for healing. Alright, see you when you get back. See, for healing in doubles, I've always ran Comfy. Because you get priority on your heals. You'd always get priority on your heals, so no matter what, you healed. And it was super scary when you would wish, flip turn with regenerate. Ooh. Ooh. I've used a wish one time. What was it on? I want to say a Cleffa. Yeah, I want to say it was a Cleffa. Regenerate is typically on our Amoonguss. Interesting. Yeah, for us it was always like a Comfey. Rocky Helmet, because you would take damage. It gets Scald. Wait, it still gets Scald? Flip turn, wish, protect. I thought Scald was removed from a bunch of stuff. Was Alola Mola not touched? Jeez. Scald used to be heavy, like very heavy for doubles. And then everything that used it got it removed. Icy Wind is common. We run Tornadus. Is it Tornadus? Yeah, Tornadus with Icy Wind, Tailwind, Protect, and then something else. What is this? No. Skull came back for a lot. Yeah, Skull came back for a lot, but not for a lot of stuff that like we use it on for doubles. Skull was honestly a crutch for a lot of stuff. Toxic. See, I've never ran into a team in doubles where the whole thing was to set up poison. To set up poison to do anything like that. I ran into a team that back in Sword and Shield, they tried to set up rocks and spikes, which in doubles we don't do. So you're able to take them out a lot quicker than the spikes and rocks can take you out. Heavy toxic stall. Doubles stall is typically a minimize soft boil Chansey or Drift Bloom. Because you'll minimize a bunch, baton pass, swap out, and then you just can't hit them. Heavy toxic stall. That's interesting. Very interesting. I mean, I don't know. Because, I mean, I guess for singles, it was used a lot. If it was used a lot, then it makes sense to remove it. I've never had to run into it. I don't think I've ever been back here. Give me that. I could see a play for toxic, maybe a little bit in doubles. Not crazy though. Not crazy. Moltres? Moltres took a blow without toxic? We don't run Moltres with toxic. Yeah, we run a mixed supporter. Or I've always ran a mixed supporter. And then Galarian Moltres kind of overshadowed it and became a straight attacker. Let's do one more run. One. Nope. Our supporters are typically, like, you know what Pokemon are supporters. Because we like running Light Screen and Reflect and Tailwind. So if you can get screens up or Tailwind, you're kind of good. But we also like to double set our teams. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like a double set. Will-O-Wisp, Roost, Flamethrower. That's kind of the sets we run. You use it to burn stuff. What was that? No. Yeah, we like to run screens if our team's built, depending on how our team is built, will depend on what screen we run, and then we'll run Tailwind and then Weather. It's either you're built around Weather, Tailwind, or Trick Room, or you run screens to help you out. Our biggest problem was Sword and Shield when Zacian and Zamazenta were legal. We kind of couldn't build around anything except we would Tailwind and then Zacian. That was kind of it. Both screens. Yeah. I've ran Trick Room with both screens. And used Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl had Light Screen, Reflect, Play Rough, and Bite, I want to say. So his whole thing was to set screens and then Dynamax and start doing damage. Which would throw some people off because he would normally run Protect, Light Screen, Reflect, and Play Rough. But I'd have a different spread, so he actually did damage. It's niche. There's Sandy Shocks. Grimstar's still solid. Still solid. It's all the way in PU. That's crazy. Let's check this opening area one more time. You didn't even give me one Slither Wing there. Oh, I can't see these guys. Ooh, Glamora is really good. I could see Glamora being a problem. I heard things about Glamora being a problem in singles. Because of spikes. Spikes and rocks. And that's the thing. Some Pokemon are just better in doubles than in singles. And vice versa. Because they can't stand alone. But they can do things for the team. Yeah, and it's T-Wave. Grimmsnarl is very known for its screens in T-Wave. And if you run a very hazards meta, you'll like never see it. A heavy glass cannon. I can see that. I can see that. We were trying to do that with Tinkaton for a while. At the beginning of Scarlet and Violet. We were trying to use Indeedee or something to use Follow Me and then just try and rely on Gigaton. It didn't work. Did not work. Or Iron Bundle the same way. Yeah, I could see it. It did get toxic. I think Paldean Wooper and Clodsire, they get toxic. They would work. And I think Reveroom has Rapid Spin. Right? So you could actually run a toxic Rapid Spin Reveroom. That gives you poison. What? Poison. Steel. Give him Black Sludge. He becomes poison, yet he heals from it. So toxic spikes don't matter. I could be way off. And I probably am. Clodsire does wall off both. It's a very goofy Pokemon. Well, it looks like we're not going to get a shiny today. Slight bummer, but we were going for Regigigas. Doesn't get Rapid Spin? Oh, yeah, it's Spin Out, not Rapid Spin. Yeah, I was wrong on that. I was wrong on that. But that's going to do it for today. We didn't get Regigigas. We didn't get a full out shiny today. Today was more of a chill, layback Friday. But that's going to do it. Thank you guys for hanging out. If you don't know, I also stream on Kick as well. I think starting next week, I'm going to start having some exclusive streams over there, playing some other games as well, instead of just Pokemon. But I will be back Monday, picking up probably another 100 encounters with Regigigas, and back to Paradox hunting. And maybe by then, we can get a Slitherwing or a Great Tusk. But thank you guys for hanging out. It was a lot of fun. I really have to fix that. But catch you guys in the next one.